My wife died. That's what they said. She had a heart attack in the pool. And I was crushed. I walked around in shock. I'd arrived in the United States to buy a house, car, make a new life for us and get her out of there before the black couch was moved into the living room, which was a sign that God said he would give me to warn me that she would die, so it wouldn't be a surprise. Well, I wasn't there. I'd gone to the United States, tried to get her out of there, tried to change what he said, what God said would happen. I tried everything. I prayed 24 hours a day. I fasted. I pleaded with him. I petitioned him. I begged him that she would live. And there I was. I felt like I felt like a corpse. So I woke up in the morning and I opened my eyes and I feel like a corpse with living eyes. The eyes are open and everything else is dead. Get up. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't even want a cup of coffee. I wanted nothing. I didn't even want to breathe. I sat up, got my clothes on and hated doing it. I didn't want to move. I said, to hell with this. I said, I don't know. I'm not hearing God's voice. I don't see him. I know he's here, but he's like an absentee landlord. Nobody home, you know. What am I going to do? I didn't know to be angry, sad, nothing. I felt like an empty shell. So I said, all right, I'm going to take my Bible, walk out on the street, stick my thumb out, and just get in the next car that stops. I don't know where to go, what to do. So this car stops and I get in. It's a brand new, beautiful BMW. Has the smell of a new car. It's got this young kid, Ivy League style, and a mother with rich perfume and air conditioning, summer. And I felt like I was back in the lap of luxury the way I was in France. The way I was before my wife left me in Alaska. And it felt good. It's easy to adjust to luxury. And there was no sound outside. It was comfortable. The kid says to me, where do you want to go? I said, I'm going nowhere. He says, who are you? I said, I'm nobody. He says, tell me about yourself. And my whole testimony poured out, everything that had happened to me. And the kid was silent, and the mother was silent. And they said, well, this is as far as we're going, when I finished my testimony. And they let me out in some town in California called Richmond or Concord or something. I get out and drive away. I'm standing at an intersection. There's an overpass. And there's an overpass. And I stand underneath it, and it's getting late in the afternoon. It's starting to get dark. So I stood there and I thought to myself, well, I don't really have any clothes on. I got a light shirt and a light coat and, you know, a windbreaker and sandals. What am I going to do? And the sun starts to set and starts to get dark. People are walking under the underpass, and I'm standing there by myself with my Bible. I figure I'm just going to stand there. I mean, where am I going to sleep? On the pavement? On the sidewalk? I've never been on, you know. At least in Seattle, it was a wharf. There were tugboats. There were crates. It was an industrial thing. And I could crawl into a wooden box somewhere. But here there was nothing. Everything was manicured, neat, clean. You know, there was no hole for a rat to crawl into. Not here. I just stood there. This funny guy comes up to me and he says, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I don't know what I'm doing here." He says, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. I was hitchhiking." He says, "Where are you going?" I says, "I don't know." He says, "Why don't you come with me?" I go, "All right, fine, I didn't care. Maybe he takes me to a butcher shop and cuts me up and feeds me the alligators. I don't care." I follow this strange guy. He takes me to a big house, shows me a room, says, "Here, you can stay here tonight. Are you hungry?" I said, "Yes, I am." He puts out this beautiful dinner for me, cooked all this food and laid it all out. I was so grateful, I almost cried. He says, "Here's your room. You can stay here tonight. I'll see you in the morning." I went to sleep. I was gone. Woke up the next morning. I look around. I'm like, oh, this feels so good. I love this luxury. He comes in, knocks. Says, "Hey, I've made some arrangements for you. Come with me." All right. Get in his car. Drives and drives and drives. Takes me to this place. He says, "Here, you can stay here." It's a warehouse in an industrial area. Two guys come out and they say, "Hi," whatever his name was. He greets them. He introduces me as though I were the King of England. They shake my hand and say, "Would you like to stay with us here? We can take care of you. We can help you get back on your feet." I said, "What is this?" He says, "This is a homeless shelter. We have 1,000 beds here, and we have one available for you." I said, "Thank you." They take me in. And I look around, and there's a big open warehouse with 1,000 beds or something like that, all full double-decker beds, 2 beds, one person on top, one person below, a few belongings that they each have, and a little area off to the corner where they have some people with weights working out. There's showers, toilets, and a kitchen. And I just sat there and I did an interview with the counselor. The counselor says to me, you know, "Tell me about yourself." And I tell him my testimony. He goes, "Well, that's interesting. We have some psychiatrists coming in this afternoon. I'll schedule you to talk to them. They're volunteers." So fine. And the evening comes around, and these boxes come in. And the counselors are opening up. I said, "Can I help you?" They said, "Yes, you may. Would you help us open this up? We're going to serve everybody dinner." I open up, and there's beans, rice, I don't know what else, and some sort of mystery meat, ham or something. And I open up these things, and I find myself behind a table serving 1,000 people. And some come back for seconds. And I say to the counselors, "What is this?" And they said, "This is jail food. They give it to the homeless, to the poor, to people like you who are here. And they give it once a day." And I said, "All right." And so then as time wore on, I realized that some of the people in this shelter worked. And when they came home after work, all the food was gone. I know because I served it. I served the food and I cleaned up afterwards, cleaned everything, put everything back in the boxes. I became a kitchen worker. I was the only one. And I just sort of volunteered for something to do. And I discovered that what I needed to do was serve everybody and then keep some plates on the side for those that worked that came home. Otherwise, they went to bed after their work, hungry, woke up in the morning, there was no food, and said they were always starving. thought, well, I'll take care of these workers. So I would serve everybody, and everybody wanted more. And I say, I'm sorry, we got 150 people coming back after work, and this food that's left is for them. So I wasn't that popular there. And I thought, well, got to get some more food over here. What can I do? There's one guy who befriended me. I said, let's take a walk and look around the neighborhood here and see what we can find. We walked around the neighborhood, and next door there was another warehouse. We heard music playing. It was Christian music. I thought, wow, that's perfect. Christians, a church. We walked around. There were no guards or anything. There was a side door open, and I said, come on, let's go in here. He goes, no, we better not. I said, come on, door's open. They're playing Christian music. They're singing I love Jesus and Jesus this and that and everything. What do you think they're going to do, shoot us? Come on. So he follows me in. We walk in. There's this big stage with beautiful lights and fancy chairs, a stage, red curtains and piano, and these guys in business suits singing, praise Jesus, we love Jesus, praise Jesus. Send your $1,000 love gift to us and we will feed the hungry people in Africa. I thought that's perfect. They're getting $1,000 donations for food. They're sending containers. I sat there and listened to their whole spiel as they're up there doing this. Yes, and thank you for that $1,000 donation. And we will fill this container, 40-foot container, and 2-3 of them, ship them to Africa to feed the starving in Africa. I thought, wonderful. We can get some food for the 1,000 people over here too. So I waited until it was over. They go, okay, cut, lights. And they turned everything off. And I walked up to one of the people and I said, hello, let me introduce myself. I'm from this homeless shelter over here. And we have 1,000 people that are pretty much starving. There's one delivery of food every day from prison food. And it's not enough for all the people, especially for the people that have jobs who are working. Can you help us? And they say, how'd you get in? I said, well, there was a door over here. He goes, hey, John, how come that door wasn't locked back there? Why was that door open? He goes, oh, I'm sorry, sir, I forgot. He said, well, escort these people out and lock the door, would you please? I said, I'm sorry, you didn't hear what I said? He said, yeah, I heard what you said. Get out of here. John, get these people out. Lock that door. Out we went. So I thought to myself, well, I got to do something else. Got to get some more food in here for these people. So I woke up the next morning, and I walked around with my friend. We come to a gas station nearby, but in a better part of the neighborhood, not the industrial part. And I go to the gas station owner and I said, sir, we're from the homeless shelter. We're in it. We're homeless. We're poor. We would appreciate if you gave us some water and a hose. In fact, we'll produce the hose. If you just allow us to attach our hose to your gas station water supply and put up a little wooden sign saying homeless car wash, we can make some money that we can give to the homeless shelter to help feed the people there that are hungry, especially the workers. He says, fine, you give me $100 a day and I'll do it. I said, you got a deal. And I'm like, I hope I make $100 today to pay this guy. I said, Lord, if you want to feed these people, please, I need $100 to give to this gas station guy for the water. I haven't even washed a car. So I put the sign out, sit there with a hose on a bucket with some soap and a sponge, and we wait. We made $500 that day, $500 every day, after we paid the gas station guy. We gave him $100 a day. We took $500 a day back to the shelter. My counselor says, what's going on here? Where are you getting all this money? I told him. He says, God bless you. And so the people could eat. So a little time passes, and most of the people that in there had drug addictions, broken-hearted, mental problems. I mean, you know, we could wake up in the morning and go over there to the bathrooms where the showers are, and someone had smeared shit all over the walls. There's a lot of problems there. We clean it up. I always volunteered to help. And I sat there and I read the Bible. Well, they come to me one day and they say, hey, guess what? We found a place for you to live. Cost you $50 a month. Of course, that's chicken feed, right? I said, where is it? He said, Santa Cruz. I said, where in Santa Cruz? He said, right on the beach. A little apartment, right on the beach. Short walk to the beach, a block, you know, nothing. I said, praise God. When do I go? He said, you go now. Well, during my stay of 6 months in that homeless shelter, those psychiatrists met with me 2, sometimes 3 times a week. 3 times a week to counsel me about everything that was going on. And all I did was confess my testimony. And the whole time wondering where the hell God is. And one time I was sitting downtown in the library reading the Bible, and this guy comes up to me. He happened to be a black guy, it doesn't matter. From the shelter, and he goes, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm reading the Bible. He says, what are you reading? And I said, well, I'm reading this part about whatever it was. He says, would you pray to me, for me? I said, yes, I will. And so I started a prayer. The prayer I made for him must have lasted an hour. And when I was done, he goes, whew, wow, that was one hell of a prayer. And I said, well, that's going to stick to you. You're going to be blessed. As you sat there and listened to it, your ears are open. You're in His grace. You can hear it. God bless you. I never saw him again. But I know he was blessed. He went his way. I felt strength, encouragement. And there I was in Santa Cruz in this little apartment. And I'm wondering, where the hell is God? Why am I living on handouts and charity from tax-paying citizens? And you know, where's the power of God? I went to sleep. I had a dream. In the dream there was an angel. I was in a room, and the angel was standing just behind me, off my shoulder, right there. And he was about 7 feet tall. He was a head and shoulders higher than I was. Huge guy, white robes, no wings. And there's a door to my left, and I hear this knocking on the door. And I look. He says, I said, you know, there's people that are knocking outside, and they all look like they came out of a grave. You know, their skin is rotten. They have worms in them. Their eyes are sticking out, rotten teeth. They look awful. I said, well, I'm going to let them in. I opened the door. They came in. They walked by me very slowly. They didn't see me. I could tell they didn't see me. And the angel hands me a clipboard. And the angel says, write down what I tell you. So he handed me a pencil. He says, the names of each one as they walk past me. Whoredoms, heaviness, infirmity. That's the spirit of whoredoms. Spirit of heaviness. Spirit of infirmity. Spirit of pride. Deaf and dumb spirit. Lying spirit. Antichrist spirit. Perverse spirit. Spirit of divination. Familiar spirit. And a jealous spirit. Those were the names of the spirits that walked by me. And the angel says, what their fruit is. He says, watch what they do. And I looked. There were all these, there was a coffin there. And it was open. And there were these priests walking around the coffin and other people. And the demons came in. Nobody saw them. I saw them. And they went into those people, and their behavior changed. And he gave me the list of the fruit of each demon. And then he disappeared, this angel. And I looked around and I said, well, I don't want to go out there. It's dark. There's a door in the corner. I'll go over there. I went over there. Opened the door. There's this hallway. It's all white, but not glowing, just painted white. I opened the door to take a few steps into the hall. All of a sudden, a red horse comes around the corner at the end of the hall, races towards me. And there's a man with red skin, black hair, like a warrior, beard, black. So a helmet is dressed for war, outfitted in armor and leather. Frightening looking, on this red horse. And the horse rears up. And it's right in front of me. And the warrior, and I was told, this is the destroyer, has a shotgun that's sawed off. And he goes like this, and it's pointed right at my face, and it's this far from my face. And the moment is frozen. And just as a reaction, an automatic reaction, I go, Jesus! Like that. There's a flash of light. Everything becomes white. And all of a sudden I open my eyes and I'm sitting up in my bed with my hand like this. And I go, Jesus, what was that dream about? Why was that dream? What was it for? And I wait. And I wait. And I wait. And I don't move. And I keep waiting. And he says to me, the reason for this is because you have a demon in you. And I said, what? I'm possessed? He goes, yes. And I said, well, why am I possessed? I mean, I've seen you. I've been all through this stuff. I've suffered. I've testified. I've brought people to Christ. I've done everything. I've repented. I've tried to live a holy life. I've tried to help those that are in need. I've always said, is there something I can do for you? And you come here now and tell me I'm possessed by a demon? Now? He goes, yes. I said, how did I get possessed? He says, you were born with a demon. I said, why was I born with a demon? He says, you were born with a demon and your heart was locked because you were hurt, deeply hurt. And when you were hurt, Satan came in and locked your heart so you didn't have any feelings and put all these banners in your head so you had all these things going about killing people and harming yourself and robbing people and doing all this other stuff. Those were the voices. And he pulled the banners out of my head, and by the finger of God he cast that demon out. But that detail, and exactly how I did it, I don't have time in this video to explain the details, but I will. The next clip, I'll explain how the finger of God cast this demon out of me.